guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about brushes. The brushes that I go for all the time, just my all-time go-to favorite brushes. It's really hard for me to make this kind of video because I have so many, and for me to take out and alienate some of my brushes from one another, it hurts me. It pains me really. But I did pick out my favorite brushes. Like when I went on vacation, these were the brushes that I took with me that I needed to have. A lot of them are dirty. I'm just forewarning you because I just did this tutorial and I used most of these brushes. So don't judge me. Do you want to know or not? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right in and I'm going to show you guys the brushes that I go for all the time. I figured I'll just do it in order how I do it. Okay, so for foundation, I always use one of two brushes. I either use this, which is the Sigma round kabuki. It's the F82. It's super dense. This applies my foundation so evenly. I buff it in. It gives me a really nice finish to my skin, and I love this brush so much. And I pair this with my NARS Sheer Matte or Sheer Glow foundation. It works like a dream. And if that one's really just dirty, I will use this one, is the Sigma F88, which is the angled kabuki. I do like the rounded kabuki better than the angled kabuki, but they are both really amazing brushes, and the round one I just like a little bit more. I mean, I have to be honest with you guys about that. But both amazing brushes, both great finishes, both worth every little hype it gets. Next, I'll just move on to concealer. I'll start with under the eyes. I have been grabbing for this one like crazy, and this is the Sigma Soft Blend Kabuki. This is the Sigma Soft Blend Concealer Brush, and it is the F64. It looks like this. Again, I just used it, that's why it's dirty. I just blend my under eye concealer with this, which is the NARS Creamy Concealer. And then to set that, I will use the Inglot 4SS brush with my Serenity Scott pressed powder, and I just kind of press it in, and then I'll press it in hard to reach areas like between my brows, my chin, around my nose like this. These two brushes, they're like best friends. This is like Biffles right here. This is like, I don't know, which one's the skinnier one? This one's skinnier, so this is Danny, and then this is me because this is the bigger one. Okay, anyway. Great brushes, both fabulous. I love them. Okay. For setting the rest of my face, I grabbed for this. This is the Senna Powder Point brush. It's number 33. Looks like this. It's just a typical tulip brush. It is really super soft, and I just lightly dust the powder to set the rest of my face with this, or I just press it like this. I don't dust, but press. Like this. It doesn't add too much powder, and it blends it out really nice when you have a tip like this. So if you want to use this for blush, you can also use this for blush. Contour, and not so much, but for blush this would work really well. But I have gotten the habit of using this to set my foundation with powder. For contour brushes, I have two that I use probably about equal amounts of time. It depends. Like sometimes I use one for a week and then another one I'll use for a week. You guys saw me talking about this in my, I believe, October favorites. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, and it looks like this, and I've been using this for contour a lot lately, but before that I was using my Sigma small contour brush, was F05, which I do still really love this brush. I had switched to this one for a while, but when I went on vacation I forgot this and I went back to using this brush, and I do really love this Sigma brush. It just blends out my contour really nicely. It gets in there. I really like this. I do like this e.l.f. blush, the e.l.f. blush brush for contour. However, sometimes it doesn't apply enough product. Like sometimes I'm looking for like a heavier contour and it doesn't do that all the time. So, you know, they're for different things. If I'm looking for more of a heavy contour, I go for the Sigma brush, which is amazing. And then if I'm looking for a lighter application, I'll go for this one. So I have two brushes that I love for applying blush. I mean, love. Lately, you guys have been seeing me use this, which is my Serenity Scott number 4. It's a blush brush. This just is the softest blush brush ever, and I just apply right on the outer part of my cheek, and then I blend it in, and then I lightly just dab the blush on my cheekbone. This is such a beautiful blush brush. If you guys only get one brush from Serenity Scott, seriously, get this. This is amazing. I love this so much. All their brushes are beautiful, high quality, vegan, cruelty-free, synthetic amazingness, but this brush in particular is my all-time favorite one. Actually, there's one more that I'm going to mention, but this one is just, oh, so good. Such a good blush brush, and I love it so much. Perfect angle, so soft. If that one is dirty though, I do go back to this one. This is my e.l.f. Stipple brush, which is $3 at e.l.f. You really cannot beat that. At Target you can get it, and you just dab a little bit, you just dab this brush in a little bit of product, and you just dust it on, and this adds the perfect amount of product to your cheeks, and I love this Stipple brush for blush. It is so amazing, and it just makes your blush application look like it's airbrush. It's so beautiful. It's great brushes. Love them. For highlights, I have this Gangsta brush. I got this brush a few years ago from the Icing. I think I probably got it about 2 years ago at this point. It is just a hugely dense fan brush, but I dip this in my highlight, and the angle of this brush is perfect, and I just dust it this way, and it gives me the perfect highlight. I love this brush. This was like $2. I got this, and it's just amazing. It's a just run-of-the-mill generic fan brush. You can get a fan brush like this anywhere. There's nothing special about it, but I just happen to love it, and it's stained to hell, and it's disgusting and janky looking, but this is an expert fan brush. I don't know if the Icing still sells it or if the Icing still exists, but it's essentially like Claire's, you know, like that store Claire's. So, like this. Oh. So for the last face brush I'm going to talk about is the powder setting with a setting brush by Real Techniques. This brush is so good. I use this for the same kinds of reasons I use my Inglot 4SS brush. I will set my under eyes with this, set the areas that are too large to get with a regular powder brush. This is also good with dusting on, first of all, I'll dust on highlight with this as well when I'm in a pinch, and I'll like dust highlight onto here. You know, if I'm doing, I don't know, sometimes I just go a little crazy with the highlight and it goes up there, it goes down there, it goes everywhere. This is a really great brush. Something that's really good for this also too, if I get a little fallout, I'll just kind of dust the fallout away with this. Great brush. And so inexpensive. Okay, so let's get into eye brushes. Now, I'm going to talk about a whole bunch. Need I even bring this brush up? Yeah. I need not. This is the Sigma E40. I use this every single time I apply makeup to my face. Oh, I mean eye makeup. You know what I meant. Honestly, this brush applies a nice wash of color to your eyelid, and it is just so necessary. It is so big and fluffy. You just tap your crease color in, you blend it out. It's not good for precision, but it's good for blending, and it's good for like blowing out color or adding washes of color to your lid. It is so good. And then when you apply eyeshadow and you want to just smoke it out or blend it out, it's ever since I started using this brush, I'm obsessed with it. Honestly, I have 5 of them. I love them. When I went to IMATS in April, I got like 4 extras. Or extras 4 maybe? Yeah, 4 extras. I love this brush so much. It's so good. I can't even live without it. Oh my god, all these brushes are dirty. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so the next is obviously a nice blending brush. You guys have all heard of the MAC 217 brushes. These brushes are just a total necessity if you're doing your eye makeup. Honestly, it's so versatile. It's good for concealer, it's good for lid color, it's good for blowing out color. It's amazing in general. It's good for contour if you like a little contour brush. I do recognize that the 217 is pricey as hell. Like, it's $24, but you don't need to spend $24 on a MAC 217. You can also get a dupe brush, which is this. I brought out both of them. The top one is a MAC 217 here, and then the bottom one is a Coastal Scents 250 brush, which I discovered one day, I don't know, 2 years ago around my birthday. They are legitimately the same brush. I have probably about 20 or 30 of the Coastal Scents brushes in there. One day on Groupon I had bought, they were doing like $20 worth of product for $10, and I bought like 2 or 3 of them, so I went ham on this. And they're the same, they're so similar, similar ferrule, everything. Just the handle looks similar. I mean, the MAC is a little bit better quality, obviously the hair is a little bit softer, but the tapered head is the same, and for all intents and purposes, $5 versus $24. There's no competition here, and honestly, if you never saw a MAC 217 in your entire life and you went straight to the Coastal Scents 250 brush, you would be none the wiser. I believe that Bdellium Tools also sells a dupe for the MAC 217. I think it's called the 776. I don't even know where one is because all my brushes are like damn dirty right now, but Bdellium also sells one, but they're still more expensive than the Coastal Scents. So do yourself a favor, go to Coastal Scents, check out the brushes. They have amazing quality brushes. You can get a MAC 217 dupe for a tiny fraction of the price. So for packing on color, you obviously need a good brush, because if you try to pack on color to your lid and use this crappy brush, you're going to get horrible fallout, and nobody likes fallout. Nobody likes fallout, and I put my foundation on first, even though I shouldn't, but I do, and if I have fallout, it gets me very annoyed, even though I cover my face and I put powder on. Ugh, it's so annoying. Okay. So here are some good flat shadow brushes. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is the most popular one, and this is the MAC 239. Yeah, this is the MAC 239. It's just a flat shadow brush. It is square. This packs on color like nobody's business, and it is the most amazing brush. Oh, I love it. And it just pack on the color like crazy. You can use it for wet or dry. It's just so good. It's a synthetic, so you can't damage it with water or gel or whatever you want to apply with it. I do have two other flat shadow brushes I want to talk about that I absolutely love. First one is this. This is the Sonia Kashuk. I think this is the small. This is like the small eyeshadow brush. They don't put the names on it, which really annoys me. They just say Sonia Kashuk on it. This is another brush I absolutely love. Putting on highlight with this is so good because it's so small and precise, and it does pack on color really, really well, and I use this one like crazy, especially since, again, it is probably about 1/4 of the price of the MAC 239, and I can use my Target card to get 5% off on this, and they do go on sale occasionally. Sonia Kashuk does go on sale occasionally, so this is an amazing brush, and they do have a larger one. Oh, of course I find the Bdellium Tool 776 when I'm looking for the other brush. I don't, but they have a larger version of this, so they have a small and large, and it's really good. You guys know that I use my Anastasia Brow Wiz to apply my brows every single day, and I do set that because I feel like the Brow Wiz is a little bit too shiny because I don't have a lot of brow hair. So I set it with the brow powder every day, and I use this to do it. Now this is the Morphe brush, unnamed, unlabeled. It's killing me. I know they have it on the website. If I can find it, I will link it. This brush has a spoolie. I mean, it has a spoolie on this side, but really I could just like pull this off. Like, I'm always trying to pull it off and I can never get it off because the spoolie is pointless. I don't use it. But this side of the brush, it's an angled brush. It's stiff and it holds the product, the powder, so well. So when I dust the powder into my brows, it evenly distributes it, and then it makes my eyebrows look so natural. This brush, I love it so much. If you guys can get your hands on it, it's so good. I really gotta find the name for you guys. It is the best brush. I got this 2.5 years ago, and I use it every single day, and the day this dies is going to be a dark day in the Reilly household. Oof, it's a dark day. Dark day. This next brush is Boss. Can we talk about it? This is the Serenity Scott No. 7 brush. It's a small concealer brush, and it's tapered. Oops. It's tapered at the tip. It's a very small. It can be used as a lip brush as per their brush description. Actually, they did a whole brush description on all their brushes, a video on it. If you guys are interested in any of their brushes, I'm going to link their video below. They're amazing. They have a channel. You guys should subscribe. I love them. Anyway, so this tapered brush I use to cover up my brows. I love this brush. I need like 5 of these brushes, honestly. These are amazing. It's just the softest bristle, and what I do is I take a little bit of Painterly, and then I go right underneath my brow and then right on top of my brow, and I just make my brows precise. It's sometimes if the bristle is too hard, it will like flick and get out of control. This doesn't. You have perfect control with this brush. I love this brush so much. It is my baby. This is my baby. I love this. Oh, I need more. I have to go on and order more of these brushes. So for smudging eyeshadow, you guys know I'm like the lower lid smudge queen. So I have to show you the brushes that I go to for that. First off is a pencil brush. This is my MAC 219 pencil brush. perfect density, perfect length. You get lots of precision, and you can smudge out that eyeshadow on the lower lid. You can put it precisely in the outer V. This brush is a total necessity. Before I was using pencil brushes, I don't know, my life was not complete. It was just, this is just perfection. I love this, and it's just so good at smudging. It's amazing. Two other brushes that I will use also that will give you less precision but more smudging for the lower lids are these. This is the Sigma, this is from the Sigma Eye Performance Kit, and this is the E21. So this is a really great smudgy brush, and this brush is actually really good for touching up your lips if you want to do concealer and stuff, but you want to make sure that your brush is clean when you do that, because I have unknowingly used that brush when it was dirty and then tried to clean up concealer and then it was a mess. Fail. Okay, and then this is another great brush for that, and this brush is actually more thin, it's less dense, so you can get much more precise, and this is the Serenity Scott's number 8 brush. Now I really love this brush, again, for cleaning up my cleaning up my lips with lipstick, smudging the lower lid, and getting in the corner with a highlight. Like if you just grab your highlight shade and then you just kind of get right in here, it's perfect. This brush is made for that. It's perfect. This next brush, you always need good liner brushes for the upper lid when you're adding eyeshadow or gel liner or whatever to the upper lid. What I do a lot is I use a dark eyeshadow as a liner like I did today, and I use this. This is a Taklon Short Liner C453 by Royal and Langnickel. It's called a push liner brush. It's flat, it is tapered so the tip is narrow. You dip your eyeshadow, you dip the brush into your eyeshadow, and then what you do is you go to the lash line and you just push and wiggle, and it gets right into the base of the lashes. Or you could actually take the brush and go underneath the lashes like that, and then just line the base of the lashes. You could use gel liner for that, you can use shadow, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But this brush is amazing, and it's super affordable. And a liner brush that I really love to apply eyeshadow liner on the top lid also is this. This is a Serenity Scott number 9 brush, and this is super, super soft, you guys. So good, I love it. And then I just kind of tap the brush on my upper lid and create a nice line on my lash line with this, and it's so soft. This isn't the super thinnest angled brush, so using this with gel liner I found is a little problematic, but I do use this for eyeshadow all the time. If you're looking for that really, really sharp line to use an angle liner brush, I do go for this. This is the MAC 266 brush. This is super, super fine, and this is perfect for gel liner. Honestly, I'll take the gel liner and then I'll press it on either side to make sure I have like a nice point, and then I'll just place the angle brush on the end of my eye and then just drag it, and you get like the perfect wing. It's so good. This brush is awesome, but this is very pricey for this tiny little bad boy. Just a tiny little brush. How could it be so expensive? I don't know. Okay, so the final brush I'm going to talk to you about is this. This is by far the cheapest brush that I've spoken about this whole video, and this is an e.l.f. brush, and this is the e.l.f. concealer brush. It is $1. This is the best brush that has ever existed, and let me explain to you why. It is so versatile. It's $1, okay? So if it breaks or gets all crazy, you don't care, you just throw it out, and you can use it for everything. Okay, so you can use it for concealer on your face, right? Conceal, you could do a little spot concealing. God forbid I actually spot concealed this stupid little zit that I can't cover today, so I could have concealed with that. You can smudge on the lower lid. You can add highlight in the inner corner. You can add a highlight to your brow bone. But I'll show you what I use this for. I will take this, dip this in glitter base, like my lip glitter base, and pull the glitter base out, put it on my hand, and apply it to my lid. Or I'll take the glitter base and I will tap it to my lid, and then I'll distribute it to the lid so I can add some glitter. I also use this brush for, I've used it for lip product, cleaning up my lips and adding lipstick that I have in a pot. And the one thing that this brush is absolutely amazing for is nails. Like who would have thought nails, to use this for nails? I take these brushes, I must have 20 of these. I take this brush, you put it in acetone or nail polish remover, and when you get goop, you know, like nail polish on your cuticles, you just, like this, you just take the nail polish remover and then you just wipe away when the nails are still wet, so that way you don't have to like mess around with nail polish on your cuticles. And these brushes are so cheap, so if they get ruined, you don't care that you throw them out, but they never do. Honestly, I think I've only had to throw 2 out. I think I put one of these brushes in a sealing gel once, and then I let it dry, and then it got destroyed. It was done. It was done after that. Like, it never came back to life. But that brush is just so good. It's so good, and it's $1. I mean, look, it's $1. Okay guys, so those were my favorite brushes. A lot of those brushes are multitasking. You can use them for multiple things, and that's what I really appreciate, that they're just not pigeonholed. I have a ton of other brushes that I absolutely love, I mean, rest assured, but as far as must-have, holy grail, can't live without them brushes, those are on my list. I'm sure there are some more on my list that I forgot to mention, and I'll probably remember when I'm editing or something like that, so I can always do a follow-up or another one of these videos if you guys are interested. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions about any of the brushes I listed below, or you're looking for any recommendations for any other brushes, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to chat it up with you guys. You can always talk to me on Instagram because I get those comments the most. Sometimes I've been finding with Google Plus that I haven't been getting all my comments, and I've been having a lot of trouble replying to comments on YouTube and stuff like that, so don't take it personally. I read all the comments that I get, I promise you guys. But if you want direct contact with me and you want to ask me a direct question, actually Twitter would probably be the best way, and then Instagram, then Facebook. Yeah. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, just go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out and it lets me know what kind of videos you want me to make more of. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.